I have finished reading Amoura Awakened, the first book in the Flamed Veil series by Kramer. This was an ARC review, so hey, this was given to me as a free copy for a free, honest review. I have read this book before. It came out in 2023, and this is a re release. New cover, which is beautiful. I really like the original cover. New cover is awesome. And also, this is kind of like her strengthening the prose. It's basically the exact same book in my mind. I don't even know what changed in terms of prose and stuff like that, 'cause it's been 3 years and I really loved the original version of that book. And yeah, it's just this is an awesome re-release, and this is how you do it because she's coming out with book two shortly after this to give a 1-2 punch, especially since she delayed book two to rewrite it entirely for the last like 2-3 years. But for those of you who don't know, this is a YA urban fantasy novel. Amoura, the titled character, she discovers that she has powers. This is a world in which witches exist. They're a very marginalized group in society, and she discovers, oh shit, I'm a witch. And she gets an invite to go to Elderwood, which is a school in San Francisco. It's basically Hogwarts. It's a prestigious witch school, teach you magic and stuff like that. And yeah, we're using witch as a more gender neutral term in this world and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that everyone's a witch, man or woman. There's not wizards and witches and stuff like that. Yeah, she goes there to learn to be a witch and control her powers and all this stuff, but also go on this journey of self discovery of like, well, she's adopted, and so she doesn't know her real parents and all this stuff, and like I didn't know I was a witch until I was like, she's like 16 or something like that or whatever. So there's this coming of age type of story in there, but it's also surprisingly a story about fascism. And she discovers shortly after attending the school, oh shit, there's like these witch cops called the Purity Champions, and the champions, they're ice, they're witch ice basically. They her what she is may cross a line regarding the legality of these really shitty witch laws, essentially, of what is allowed and not allowed in the witch community and the magical world. It's a fascinating story. I loved it the first time. The second time, it's so chilling because like one of the reasons why she delayed the second book is the world kind of changed regarding recent events in the last year or so. And so she went back and rewrote pretty much the whole story. And I think it's so cool to get the opportunity to just go back and sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board. And it benefited this book because it inspired her to go rewrite it, actually give this a series title, give this a new cover, and kind of make a unification for the series and give me a reason to reread it. I was going to reread it for the second book regardless because it's been a couple years, and I'm so glad I did. One is a refresher, and two, this world is so cool. This is such a unique take on, hey, what if magic was real? And also, what if it was kind of like a known thing in the world? And she goes into like the history of it regarding how witches came to be with humans and like all this stuff regarding the politics and world building and how does the magic really work, and all this stuff is really fresh, at least from my point of view. Again, this is a book that's not for me. I am a guy telling you that this book's amazing and how much I love it, but I'm a horror guy. I'm a horror writer and reader, and I like stuff that's dark, gritty, and brutal. If I'm gonna read fantasy, maybe some dark fantasy like I did earlier this year that I reviewed for the Innis Veil Cycle trilogy by Amoura, or I'm reading thrillers or some really dark sci-fi or something like that. But fantasy magic is normally not my thing, but when you have excellent characters, excellent storytelling, and then themes are very resonant, both on the coming of age side of things, but also the fascism and what it's like living in America right now, is so powerful and incredibly well written characters. Like top tier character development from Kramer. Amoura is a fantastic protagonist with a excellent arc for book one, and I'm so interested to see how this arc continues from book to book to book. Her friends are great, both in terms of like established friends. Her best friend Finn, who's a amazing character, is not a witch or anything, just a human, really great character. Her adoptive fathers, they're so lovely. I'm like, Mora, I love your gay dads so much. And then her friends B and June, who she meets when she attends Elderwood, are great characters, so complex. I have some beef with June at one point in the book. I have mixed feelings, not on the side of how it was written or anything like that. It's just this is personal between me and June, all right? But B, you're fantastic. What a delightful, endearing, incredible character who's like, you're like, yeah, this is the friend everyone needs in their life. And then you have excellent antagonists. Some who are antagonists right away, some they kind of reveal who they really are later on and stuff like that. So there's so many layers and different directions you don't expect happening. Whether it's, oh, I like that character. Ooh, you're not actually that good of a person. Yikes. Or it's, fuck that person. They're an asshole. And then you start to learn about them. You go, you're really sympathetic. And actually, you're not actually an asshole. You're definitely being one, but you're not that bad, actually. You're actually kind of cool. I actually kind of like you. And like that's what great characters are. It's not these like stagnant characters through the whole book. You got to give people arcs, things about themselves that they kept hidden from everyone, including you, the reader. And when it's revealed, it's so satisfying and shocking, and just it just makes things more dynamic and three dimensional and just real. And like that's a problem with a lot of writing is not every writer is writing characters to that standard, to that quality. I love this book, as I said. I cannot wait for book 2. I will be pre-ordering that immediately. Pre-orders for this go live May 9th, so by the time most people will see this video, it's probably pre-orders are live. I got to pre-order early because I'm on Meg's newsletter, so in your face. But yeah, read this book for its characters, the coming of age story, excellent world building, and fuck ICE, dude. And just fuck the Trump administration and all the fucking bullshit that we're going through right now in the entire Republican Party. Fuck all of them. The actual book releases June 9th. Amoura Ascending, the second book, she hasn't done a cover reveal or anything for it yet, but she has said it comes out, I think, a month after Amoura Awakened, I believe. So if you end up reading this and loving it, book 2 is around the corner regardless. I will be reading an arc for that as soon as she makes that available. Meg, I'm waiting for my arc for this second book. I need it now. Inject it into my eyeballs, please. For me, you can check out my book Unfold, Slow Burn Workplace Creature Feature. And also, I have a short story and beautiful and terrifying collection of short horror stories, but also a bunch of poems in there, and there's some drawings in there too. Just a collection of horror art, really. And you can check out my Substack if you want a little bit more from me every Sunday.